for about 8/10 of a mile. So we're going to get further into the forest here. All right, good Sunday morning, YouTube. Day before Labor Day, over here in Sonoma County. Heading over to the Annabelle Bike Park or trail system. There's a section they call the Lawndale section that I'm going to go ride. It looks about perfect for what I'm looking to do over here in this county. So looking at my journey over the 58 county tour I've been doing for California, after this ride, I will have ridden 43 of the 58 counties. It leaves me 15 more to ride. I'm optimistic that before January 22nd, 2022, I will have all 58 counties done in a 12-month period. I think there's a relatively good chance I'll get everything done, actually probably before January 1st. I didn't really expect some of the challenges I've had. And now as we get into August and September, these wildfires up north have really played havoc with my schedule. I've had to make a couple concessions and a couple changes of plan to try to avoid riding in some of those terrible air quality filled counties. Anyways, I hope you guys had an epic Labor Day weekend. Hope you guys got a chance to get out and ride something epic. Hope you guys get a chance to get out and find your path. All right, just quarter mile from our destination here. So Annabelle looks like it's a pretty sizable park, and this section over here is called the Lawndale side. Kind of drive through this small little farming community. All right, YouTube, you can see the parking lot here. It's already starting to get a little bit warm. Get a view of the parking lot. I didn't see any place for bathrooms or anything like that. So probably nothing, at least here, maybe up the road a little bit. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so the trail looks like it starts out on a paved road. As I recall, this is about a mile, ascending up, I think, about 300 feet. Nice little way to get your legs warmed up, get your heart rate elevated a little bit. All right, starting this little descent. So for about 8/10 of a mile, you climb up a newly paved road, and that converts over to another paved road, which I'm on now. These are both listed as purple service roads on Trailforks. All right, and here is the first trailhead. Go through this little gate here. So just a dirt, rocky, single track path here on the Shultroll. So the Shultroll is going to mostly be a little bit of uphill climb. Not expecting it to be very technical. I don't have my helmet on as I'm climbing this. I may decide to put that on here shortly. It's pretty shaded in here. Air quality over here is about 86. You can kind of see the haze beyond these burned trees here in the background here in the Sonoma County. How you guys doing?
Hey, good. You ride this a lot?
First time.
Oh, us too. Me too.
Yeah, I'm actually out of the Fresno area.
Okay. Oh.
And came over here for the weekend. I'm riding all 58 counties.
Nice.
Over like the 12-month period, so.
That's awesome.
This is county number 43.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Always the case.
Where are you guys from?
San Ramon.
Okay.
East Bay. East Bay.
Yeah. Crockett Hills is amazing.
It is.
Yeah, rode there.
That's fun.
I did the, what's the one in Pleasanton, the big mountain.
Oh, Pleasanton Ridge probably.
Not as much fun.
It's a lot, it's real steep.
A lot of work to get up there, and I didn't see the payoff up top. There's probably a lot of private trails or secret trails.
A lot of illegal single track.
Yeah.
You just don't know where to go.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, it's been good. Crockett Hills is a lot of fun though.
Wow.
Well, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Be safe.
Yeah, you too.
Pretty much got to the top here, so the climbing is largely done. It is some work, as I had mentioned, some effort to climb up. It's hot, there's exposure up here, and it's pretty chunky. It's manageable. I was probably able to ride a good 3/4 of it, and then probably had to hike a bike about 1/4 of it. Would have been a little bit easier had I started maybe a couple hours earlier. It got up to about 80 degrees up here on top. You got better shade up here on this downhill section. So immediately you feel the drop in temperature. Got a deer up there in the middle of the road. Seen a lot of deer on this trip over here. I ran up on a couple in Napa. One observation is there is a fair amount of Ys in the road. So definitely good to have a one of the trail apps that will give you the right direction, and then to have a little bit of understanding where you're trying to get to. Otherwise, I can see how you would make a couple wrong turns. So this marsh road, it's pretty flat, pretty loose. Sonoma County, in California's wine country region, which also includes Napa, Mendocino, and Lake counties, Sonoma County is the largest producer. It has 13 approved American viticulture areas and more than 350 wineries. The voters have twice approved open space initiatives that have provided funding for public acquisition of natural areas, preserving forest areas, and coastal habitats and other open space. More than 8.4 million tourists visit each year, spending more than $1 billion annually. Sonoma was one of the original counties when California became a state in 1850. As of the 2010 census, its population was 483,000. For 2019, the estimated population is 494,000. The county seat and the largest city in the county is Santa Rosa. According to the Coast Miwok and the Pomo tribes that lived in the region, Sonoma translates as Valley of the Moon. Sonoma County is bound on the west by the Pacific Ocean and has 76 miles of coastline. Forbes magazine ranked the Santa Rosa metropolitan area, essentially the entire county, 185th out of 200 on its 2007 list of best places for business and careers. The Charles M. Schulz Museum and Research Center is a museum dedicated to the works of Charles M. Schulz, creator of the Peanuts comic strip. The museum opened on August 17, 2002, 2 years after Schulz died, and is in Santa Rosa, California.
Now we're kind of getting a little bit more single track through here. And definitely more chunky. Definitely looser through here. And definitely more chunky for sure. Alright, looks like we're getting more into the forest area. Some better canopy, some better shading. Again, the trail is pretty chunky. Bushes are starting to grow up on the sides. I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt today because of the heat. There's some tree roots there. As we kind of get further into the forest here, you see a lot of these burnt base of the trees still marked up pretty good. I don't smell it, so it tells me it's been probably a couple of years since they were burning. If you do not like chunky, I would not ride this particular trail. Although it does have pretty good flow on the Lawndale portion. It is chunky. Woo. Seems to have smoothed out a little bit from the chunky stuff to more of the more loose, dirty terrain. And back into the chunky stuff. Those branches are a little overgrown. Honestly, sure it would have been better. Alright, got a good little flow here. Got a little switch back in to an uphill section. Whew. Yeah, my tires are taking a beating. You get through some of these sections where you got some really good speed and flow and momentum. Ooh, you see a little bug? And then out of nowhere, you're right into chunky stuff, sometimes loose stuff. So definitely want to modulate your speed. Give you enough time to find your line. It is noticeably cooler in here, which is definitely welcomed, considering the warmth on the first part of the trail. So you come out of that section, and there's a bench at the top there, and then there was another Y in the road. Really hoping I took the right way. Some beautiful homes sitting up here. Cross paths with. Gotta believe on some level it's a little bit nerve-wracking with all the fires going on and these foothills to have a home up in here. Not to mention the insurance rates have got to be going through the roof, given all the wildfires our state's going through. All right, time that switch back better than the last one. Was able to make the turn and get up the hill. It looks like the final descent here back to the parking lot.
All right, YouTube, just a quick review of the Lawndale Trail over here at the Annandale National or State Park. Just wrapped up. It turned out to be a little bit warm. Kind of got a later start. Probably got started right in around 10 o'clock. Probably should have started around 8 o'clock. No bathrooms over here. I forgot to mention that earlier on the trail. Decent sized little parking lot. It just got really warm. And you got to climb a paved road for, there's actually two paved roads that you're going to see on Trail Forks. Combined, those are about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles max. And then from there, you're going to climb up the Schultz Trail. And that's a lot of work. You know, it's decently steep and decently chunky. So you're going to have some effort to put out. A lot of it's exposed, so it's going to be warm on that, just an FYI. It's going to bang up your tires pretty good, so I wouldn't overdo it with the tire pressure. It's probably like a gold mine for Cush Core. as far as selling the cush core inserts for a trail like that. Anyway, bring an extra tube. Anyways, took me about 2 hours to ride a full loop of about 7.5 miles. Loaded up and getting out of here, cool down, and plan out my next ride. Anyways, thanks for following, and we'll catch up soon.